Life. So, set on the International Space Station, which, as we are told, is powered by a host of countries: Russia, US, China, Britain, etc. And these guys, in quite dramatic circumstances, catch hold of some samples from Mars. And then they, with the biologist on board, Arion Bakare, they cultivate those samples, and there is clear evidence of an alien life form. What happens next is kind of the crux of the story. On the space station are Olga Dihivochinaya, there's Hiroyuki Sanada, and then the heavyweight star cast, which is Jake Gyllenhaal, Rebecca Ferguson, and Ryan Reynolds. Uh, I'm a huge fan of Ryan Reynolds. I mean, who isn't? Especially after Deadpool, even more so. Definitely, maybe actually for me was the turning point for him. Rebecca Ferguson, I mean, hey, what's not to like about her, especially after her long legs and that famous yellow orange dress in the Tom Cruise last film. Jake Gyllenhaal, again, great actor. And why I'm saying all this is because even the three of them couldn't save this film. At the end, it turns out to be just a standard horror flick. I mean, the only questions are who's going to die and who's going to survive, as this alien life form turns out to be, hey, surprise, surprise, a bloodthirsty alien life form, which is basically killing for no reason at all. Since it's set on the space station, I guess there's some new stuff, but I must confess I found it quite disappointing. At least two huge scientific flaws that I could find, including, I mean, if there is a breach at a space station and you as a human being are exposed to it, surely you die immediately. It doesn't happen. And then there's a kind of a re-entry sequence which uh, is impossible, let's just put it that way. Having said all of that, uh, these guys are good actors. It keeps you engaged. And as I said, the only key question is who's going to die and who's going to survive, if any at all. And if that's enough to keep you hooked, that's great. This is one of those kind of scary movies that you take girls out to. Very stereotypical, apologize. And then that's probably the only fun in the film. Uh, Watch it at your own peril, or if you're a fan of the horror film genre, that's life for you. A bit disappointed at Daniel Espinosa for coming up with this one. Bye for now.